Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about how to heal with the earth element. Um, and I'll also tie in a little bit of how to heal after narcissistic abuse with the earth element because it kind of ties in. So I will explain how later in the video. Um, yeah, so earth is the first element I chose because it's the most static of all elements. As you can imagine, earth is solid. It represents the solid state. So it's the element that needs a little more work, I would say. It takes some time to get this element balanced in one's body. So in a lot of cultures, five elements are considered important: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, which is space, right? So basically, these are the elements that we are going to discuss, and it is said that we are composed of these elements, all of us, all humans, um, anything that manifests in this three-dimensional world that we live in the material realm. Everything is composed of these five elements to a certain degree. So like mountains, trees, etc., these are the ones that are of the earth element. So in the chakra system, in the seven chakra system, chakras are metaphysical energy centers of the body. Earth element is represented by the root chakra, which is the first chakra, which is the base of the spine. um, this is called as the Mool Adhar chakra. Okay, so Mool means root, that's why it's called root chakra, and Adhar means support. So basically, this is the chakra which supports your being in this physical reality. So the vrittis of this chakra are basically thriving and safety. Okay, safety is a basic concern, and stability. So stability by how stably can you thrive in this three-dimensional reality is is the core of this chakra. So chakras also, the energy is which is kind of like the tendency of a chakra, can be divided into masculine energy and feminine energy. So the root chakra is a very is a masculine energy center. Okay, so basically, by masculine I mean it represents masculine energy. So if a person's root chakra is balanced, this person becomes extremely stable and safe in life, no matter what is happening around that person. And he or she, whoever this person is, they become okay with the ups and downs of life, ups and downs of emotion, ups and downs of ideas, ups and downs of opinion, like ups and downs of energy as well. So a person who's very centered in their, or who is very balanced in their root chakra, doesn't get energetically affected by other people. In fact, they will affect other people who are with them. So if you might have met someone in your life who is so stable in their root chakra that when you sit with them, you yourself start feeling stable, and you yourself start feeling okay with the way life is, you know. And usually, I have seen this in very old people, people who have just become okay with the way life is. And I do see this in a lot of men, especially. I'm not, I don't mean that women cannot have it, but I'm just saying in my own experience in life, unbiasedly, I have seen it in most men. who just become very okay with life, and these are men who are much older. So these are men like 70 plus years old, who just become centered and okay with everything in life. So just because it's a masculine energy center doesn't mean that women don't have it. It just means that the energy which this center represents is of masculine nature, and men are the manifestation of masculine energy, more masculine energy in human form, and women are the manifestation of feminine energy in human form. But we all of us have, regardless of our gender, even transgender people or anyone, everyone has feminine and masculine energies, and the aim of all of this is to balance them within us. So yeah, I do feel in my experience, most men are more stable and they feel more secure than women. And it's just my experience. So that's why I'm sharing it. I don't mean to like be biased in this, but what I experience is what I will talk about. Um, so yeah, it is a masculine energy center. So maybe it comes easier to men. I don't know. I'm not a man, so I can't say. But I feel like women are a little more. Um, they are not so rigid in a way, and men are more rigid. So safety and stability comes more quickly to men, I feel, whereas women are quite open. They can go with different things, they can try different ideas and things like that. And they also don't think about their safety, to be frank. They'll just do something. And women are more free flowing, right? Because women are more of the earth element, which is the next element, sorry, of the water element, which is the next element that we will discuss. So anyways, so a balanced earth center will make a person very very stable and safe. That person will feel okay with the way life is, and just have a sense of calmness and stillness about them. So it's kind of like how you feel when you go on top of a mountain, on the peak. You feel extremely still and stable. That's the property of the earth element. It makes you still, it makes you stable. Now what happens when there is an overflow of earth element in a person? That can also happen. So balance is always good, but it can be overflow and underflow also. So when it overflows, a person can lose interest in living or doing anything. They can become extremely static. So so being okay with the way life is a good thing. But if you become too okay with the way life is, and if you become too safe, even in an unsafe environment, you just keep on feeling that safe, it can it can hinder your progress, because as human beings we have ambition, which is the fire element. So too much of earth and too little of fire can make you extremely static, extremely I don't want to use the term, but it does make you lazy. You will just be okay with everything. And sometimes that's not a good thing, because if you haven't experienced life to the degree that someone would want to, then an overflow of this element can hinder your progress. But then of course, if you really are not interested in life, you don't want to progress, because you'll be like, what's progress, what's the point of it? So maybe someone who's really enlightened at a younger age, they don't want to achieve much. But yeah, this is what happens basically. I don't want to judge it, but if it's overflowing, then a person loses interest in living, and they just become too secure, too stable, too safe. They don't want to take risks, they don't want to change anything in their life, they don't want to um, uh, try anything new, because it might shift their stability or safety in life. So yeah, that's the overflow of it. Now underflow is that the person is not at all stable, They change direction very fast. They can't stick to one thing. They don't feel safe. They catch on to different ideas very soon. One day this is good, the other day something else is good, and there's no stability basically in every aspect: financial, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It's just a lot of movement, no stability. And they also don't feel safe, so they might be judging people a lot, or they might feel that people have hidden agendas against me, or they just might not feel safe in the world as such. They will feel that something will happen, a calamity might happen, and so stability and safety are affected in every which way possible. You can think about the possibilities. So yeah, so geologically, Earth, the element of Earth, it doesn't travel far, it doesn't change too much, it doesn't move too much. So you can just take examples in nature, like earth, ground, trees, mountains, valleys, rocks, sand. You know, just think about these, and you can just kind of observe these in nature. You can see a mountain 10 years ago, and you can go back to it and see it might not have changed much. It must have changed, but just looking at it, you won't be able to tell what has changed in it. Whereas other elements are much, they change much faster. So yeah, so earth is the most stable of all the elements. So when do you need to heal this earth element? Okay, so if you have these symptoms or these tendencies in yourself, you feel extremely emotional, you feel intense emotions, uh, pers- like you might feel less emotion, but when you feel it, it's intense, the intensity of your emotion is very high, you know so uh, then the person, for people who are always like zoned out in their thoughts, so they are in a room full of people but they are in their la la land, which was me a lot of times. So yeah, a person who always remains in their thoughts, a person who thinks about a lot of things but does not execute them. They have a problem with getting them into fruition. So in the five, in the thought realm, they plan everything, they do everything, but when the time comes for executing it, something blocks them. They are not able to manifest it in their reality. So for such kind of people, then people who have lots of philosophical ideas, but and they are good ideas. They think really deep, they think really creative, but they are not practical. The things that they think are, cannot be, they cannot move it from, again it's similar, but it's kind of like the previous one was for making a living or something like that, but this is more like someone deep who has philosophical thoughts of changing the society, but they somehow don't know how to put it into this world. That kind of a person. Then a person who has a lot of thoughts, so a person whose thoughts move very fast. The thoughts keep on coming in, and the person is like always switching between thoughts and talking different things at different times. And such a person whose brain is moving very very fast, so their air element, the brain represents the air element, your thoughts, your ideas. So the air element in that person is too much, and there's not enough earth. So they keep on like moving in their head all the time with new ideas, but they are not able to stick to one and move on, doing something on it. um, yeah, then another thing is, I'm just reading my notes, sorry. um, yeah, people who have safety issues, so people who make up a lot of blame theories, or someone tried to do something to me, kind of like blame placing is a safety issue, because you don't feel safe, so you want to, instead of working on the issue, inside that why don't I feel safe, it's easy to blame something or someone that he made me feel that way. It's not him or her who made you feel that way. You have that feeling inside of you. You just need to solve it. You need to work with it. So, people who have a lot of conspiracy theories that those two are plotting against me and they want to out me, and people who feel that they will undergo betrayal, someone will betray them. They are living in this fear that someone will betray my trust. So that is also an issue of less earth. When you're not stable, when you don't feel, so if your earth is good, if you have good earth, your attitude will be like this: let anyone betray me, it doesn't matter, because I am stable and I am safe within myself. So, by balancing the earth element, this fear of betrayal or of someone saying something about you completely goes away, because now you have your roots. When there's a tree and it has deep roots, the wind can sway it, there can be heavy rainfall, a flood can come, and there can be a fire, and maybe the tree gets saved by the fire. But when your roots are deep, it gives you a lot of security in life. I'm not saying nothing can happen to you, okay? Things can still happen, because that's life. Life is always going to happen around you. What it will change is your attitude towards life. So you will feel, my roots are deep, I am stable, and I am safe. It doesn't matter what happens in my surroundings. So you will get to that state of, anyone can betray me, anyone can talk shit about me, anyone can do anything they want. But I know who I am. I am connected to the earth, and I am stable and I am safe. So that feeling will be very, very resonant within your being. So your earth element will be super strong. You will be like the earth, like a warrior, and that's masculine energy. So there's no need to feel bad if you're a girl because you also have masculine energy. But yeah, males have been like the warriors before, and I feel we owe a lot to men. And I really feel that in today's world, men are not given a lot of respect and appreciation that they deserve, because for centuries men have the ones who have been protecting everyone, women, children, houses, and they have done a lot. But now in this day and age, all we see is patriarchal society and stuff like that, which is true. It's not untrue, but I do feel that somewhere the appreciation for good men is also reducing. But anyways, that's my digression. Yeah, safety issues, and then the next thing is anxiety issues. So anxiety again comes from fear of betrayal, fear of someone talking against you, fear of things not going according to the way you want them to go. It's a control issue, anxiety. So yeah, earth element grounding, I mean, balancing your earth element can solve that for you. Then if you have physical ailments like diabetes, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, even then the earth element needs to be balanced. So how do you do this? So the first thing is very, very simple. Just go out of your house and walk on the earth. If you could do it on ground, like on grass, or um, not on concrete, like what I mean is on soil, like on natural soil, that would be great. But walking on concrete is also fine. But a preferred way is go to a park and take off your shoes and just walk on the grass, walk on the soil, anything, and do that for 15 minutes, do that for 20 minutes, how much ever you feel comfortable. Try to make it a practice to go as often as you can. Then other things you can do is go to mountains, go to a mountain top, do hiking, hug a tree. I know that's stupid. I mean, a lot of people will find it stupid to hug a tree, but I do that a lot. My son also does it a lot. Actually, my husband also does it a lot. But if you just hug a tree, you will feel the energy in the tree, but that's if you're energy sensitive. um, yeah, hug a tree, go on the beach. You can walk bare feet in the sand. That's very helpful. um, then other things are, so if you are not able to do all this, you can still do grounding. Okay, you can do grounding in the house. If you're in the middle of a meeting and you feel like your earth element is going out of balance, you can still do it. So how you do it is just generally make it a practice to always keep your feet firmly on the ground. If you have a habit of keeping one leg on the other leg, this leg on the other leg, so just make a practice of always keeping your feet very firm on the ground. Don't keep them like this, because I had this habit. I would always turn my foot like this and keep it on the edge of my foot, so that won't ground you. So keep your feet flat and firmly planted on the ground, and then you can imagine roots coming out of the sole of your feet and going to the center of the earth where there's magma, the core of the earth. So imagine your roots going so deep inside the earth at the magma level, and then imagine that whatever heavy energy you are storing in your body, low vibration energy, is getting sucked down, or it's traveling down your being into the roots, and from the roots it's going all the way down to the center of the earth where there is magma. Okay, so it's going into the fire element which is inside the earth, and what this does is earth will transmute this energy for you. So the earth is very good at doing that. um, as you know, like you can put uh, dogs, they poo in the earth and whatever is the bad stuff, it actually gets converted into manures, or fertilizing elements. So earth does that. Earth does a lot of transmuting. And even in electrical field, there's this ground wire which is always present. So its main function is like where when there are electrical surges, what happens is either the positive energy will increase or the negative energy will increase, something like that, I'm not sure. But whenever there's an electrical surge, it can actually make the instrument, electrical instrument, go bad. But what happens is the ground wire, it takes all this extra electricity, extra voltage that cannot be handled by the equipment, and it puts it down to the earth. So they say, so that wire actually goes down inside the earth. So they say that the grounding element must be so big that it can take all this extra energy, and it should not itself get charged with either positive or negative. So your energy can be uh, very very happy. Say you are super happy one day, and it's too much, like you are overflowing and it's making you uncomfortable because you want to stay balanced. You can still do grounding. The overwhelming emotion doesn't always have to be of a very negative vibration or a lower vibration. It can also be of a higher vibration. Say you're too excited, you're moving countries or something like that, and there's too much excitement in your life, you still need to ground. It can be positive excitement. So yeah, basically the property is that this grounding element, it neutralizes the electrons actually, or protons, in electricity. But yeah, or the negative current or positive current. So the earth will do that for your emotions as well. So even in electricity, they are using this principle of having a neutral ground where all the extra electricity can go, and it does not basically ruin your equipment. So the earth will do that for you. um, then there are other things, like you can eat things that grow deep within the ground, like carrots, beets, potatoes, onion, garlic. I would not recommend. I personally don't eat onion, garlic. and that's because of a different thing. But if you eat onion garlic, you can eat them. They also grow deep within the earth. And you get the point. So whatever grows beneath the earth, you can eat that. You can work with the soil, so you can build sand castles, or you can do gardening, or just anything that makes your hands go inside the earth. You can do such things. So, what happens after you heal your earth element? So, after healing the earth element, this person will become more stable emotionally, spiritually, financially, and he or she will have an all pervading sense of security. It'll be a sense that anything in the world can go wrong, but I know I will be stable and I will be secure. It's that sense. So, yeah, so that is how you heal with the earth element. And how I feel it relates to narcissism is this: if you have been with a narcissistic person, covert or overt, for a very long time, I can pretty much guarantee you that your earth element is not balanced, because a narcissistic person does not have balance in their earth element. And because of the chaos and the confusion and the situations and the energy that they are carrying around them, and if you have been in a narcissistic clan with flying monkeys, even their energy has been affected by this narcissistic person, because obviously they have a higher effect on the flying monkeys than they have on you. um, you will have affected your personal earth element because of these people, because we cannot help live in an energetic reality. So people are always going to affect you. You cannot help that. You cannot safeguard yourself from these things. That is why it's important to learn tools to help yourself, because it is an energetic reality. Where are you going to escape? You can escape one narcissistic person, but you have to live in this reality. So you have to face people who have their energies totally out of whack, and the only safeguard that you have against that is to have balance in your own energies. That's the only way, and have tools to balance your own energies if they go astray, and they will, because energy is ever changing. You cannot keep it static, energy will change. But you can include some practices in your daily life, or at least you can know about these practices. So if you feel overwhelmed by life, if you feel that I am feeling a lot of emotions these days, maybe like in my case, because my father passed away, so I can't help that. Life is going to happen. People are going to pass away, people are going to come into your life, people are going to, stay in your life and wreak havoc, or some people are going to make your life into heaven. So you have to have these tools in order to help yourself. So that's why if you have stayed with a narcissistic person, I can pretty much guarantee you that your earth element is not very balanced. And these are the ways in which you can balance it, and you can balance your root chakra. And I hope it helps you in some way. So thank you for voting for this series, and I will make the other videos soon. As always, I wish you all a lot of love and light, and have a great Friday today and have a great weekend. Bye.